I've been spending a lot of time lately thinking about what makes me feel fulfilled, and the one word that keeps coming to mind is projects. Something about putting my mind towards a goal and achieving it with tangible results I find really satisfying. I remember my first project when I was like 3 years old, and I was really jealous of my mom's kickboxing gloves for some reason, and I decided that I would make some out of paper. And the projects only took off from there. Everything from bamboo flute making to watch making to origami to painting. Some turned into their own businesses, like the handmade pen making shop, and some just stayed mere hobbies. Now, while the projects feel like they couldn't be any further apart, I've actually been able to figure out two things that they all have in common. Number one, they all involve doing something new. Now, maybe this is just a result of my low attention span, but I really hate doing the same thing over and over. Each one of these projects involves learning how to do something new, whether it be mixing and mastering a project, learning how to develop a roll of film, or even figuring out how to behave when I'm in a new country. I have this obsession with discovering all of those little worlds there are out there to explore. Number two, every project involves some kind of creativity. Every input has an output. Sometimes physical, like a treehouse, sometimes less tangible, like a video game, sometimes even as abstract as a simple story. And so I'm at this weird point in life where I just graduated college and people are starting to ask me the question, what do you do? Which translates to, how are you making money? And really feels like they're asking, what are you worth? For some reason, it feels like you're lying if you say you're a musician when you're working as a full-time accountant. Even if playing music is what really makes you happy, for some reason you're worth less as a musician if you're just doing it for fun. But shouldn't it be the opposite, right? I care a whole lot more about what makes somebody happy than how they happen to be making money. Now, this question is very similar to one we ask little kids. What do you want to be when you grow up? And I've always really struggled answering that question. I've bounced around a lot from astronaut to firefighter to engineer, and no, this wasn't when I was a little kid. This is me in like high school. One day I was fortunate enough to get hired at an electrical engineering company, which was what I had wanted to be at the time. And after working there for about a year, I quickly realized that it wasn't about tinkering and building things the way I thought it would be. Now, I could have gotten past the idea that I'd be sitting in front of a computer, but what I couldn't get behind is that I'd always be playing by somebody else's rules. So I didn't go to school for engineering. I didn't want to study something that I would repeat for the rest of my life. I wanted to learn how to make money doing my independent projects. And so I went to school for entrepreneurship. And let me tell you, I'm so glad I did. In order to live my most fulfilling life, I want to be doing my projects full time. Now, while these have traditionally explored new areas of art and craftsmanship, they've began to pick up a new theme recently, and that's travel. I learned about this group of people called digital nomads who traveled around the world while making a living online. By earning money in a stronger currency and traveling to places with a lower cost of living, they're able to spend more time doing what makes them happy. And so I bought a ticket here.
To Paris!
Now, I don't have a job other than some freelance audio gigs and virtual guitar lessons here and there. I don't have a whole ton of savings, and I have very few friends here. So I'm pouring my heart and soul into creating something that will, yes, earn me some money, but hopefully lead to a career path of me doing what I love. And no, while Paris isn't necessarily the best place to go to stretch my dollars, it is certainly less expensive than Boston, giving me quite a bit more runway. So Ben, what do you do? Well, I do what I've always done, my projects. This is the master project, the outlet to share the results, starting with this pursuit to live outside my home country while making a living online. It's to leave a legacy of what I've spent my time here doing, to document my life, this series of projects, to answer the question, what do you do?